One of San Diego's great riches has been here under our very noses at the Central Library downtown for nearly a quarter century. It's the Wagenheim Room on the third floor.
The family gave the funds to build a room that would resemble a private library in a private home, and also the collection that Julius Wagenheim had made showing the history of the book.
How far back does the book go in history?
Well, the oldest books that we have in this collection are Babylonian clay tablets dating from the 24th century BC, and you can see the cuneiform writing that was used at that time on the surface of the clay. And then we have examples of Egyptian hieratic writing here on papyrus. This also is part of the Wagenheim collection. This dates from the 1st century BC and was a prayer for the dead. Some of the more unusual items in the collection are this bark codex from Sumatra, a bamboo book from India, and then from medieval times we have a Bible handwritten in Latin. This is all handwritten and illuminated in the 13th century.
And what is this unusual thing?
Well, this is one page from one of the palm leaf books in the collection. Believe it or not, this is a leaf from a palm tree. The pages are cut to uniform size and lacquered and written on.
Just about anything then was a book to certain people at certain times.
Well, they used whatever writing surfaces they had available. What would seem to us a most unlikely material for pages of a book are copper plates, and yet we have a book on copper plates in this collection. One of the most beautiful handmade books in the collection, surprisingly, is from the 20th century. We have an edition of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, totally done by hand by an English artist, on vellum with magnificent border designs, beautiful illustrations of the quatrains, really a magnificent work.
The newest additions to the Wagenheim collection are 178 books, which feature what are called four-edge paintings.
It began in the 1600s when actually this was the front edge of the book, and people shelved the books with this edge out, had the author and title written across it, and why they started to flex it and decorate it, we do not know, unless it was to hide an ownership mark, perhaps. It went out of style for a while, came back in the late 1700s, and was very popular, particularly in England, in the 1800s. This book has what is called a double four-edge painting because there is a picture each way the book is flexed. This particular scene is a picture of Fortress Monroe, and if we turn the book over, we see a picture of Fort Pensacola.
Apparently the paintings have no relation to the book in which they appear. This one with the two Civil War scenes is on Herschel's astronomy.
Right, and this one, a book of Latin poetry, shows a cricket game in England.
Is that a little unusual?
Yes, very. Most of the pictures were landscapes, but portraits, games, these sorts of things did enter in. And of course the person buying the book could choose what he wanted painted on it.
While there are 2,000 rare books in this room, there are another 5,000 stacked up behind the scenes. One of the real treasures for the people of San Diego to enjoy. From the Central Library downtown, Jonathan Dunn-Rankin reporting for TV 8 News.